The live stream video is now being part on the set. Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Today is July 1st, 2023 for the final race in 2023 series. GTWS Manufacturers Cup has arrived on Gran Turismo 7 before at the end of the series. It's been so long since we started out from June 7. It's now currently to have 6 rounds, and then one of them is going to be start out to be earlier in July. And that's not all, because a brand new update brings out to have a professional reward will be introduced as well. So I had to take a good look and explain the details about the point ranking record. For this part of the points ranking record in this part of the update, 4 columns in each part of the percentage to be on the bronze, silver, or gold that you might get to go enter at it when you're entered to be in the first round of the Manufacturers Cup and currently to be stopped in the final round before at the end of the 2023 GTWS season. So here is the local rankings on the secondary and main area, along with the manufacturer ranking and regional is now coming together to have all kinds of different position, depends on which type of rarity to go for any percentage. So here is the bronze that contains to have 80% is now currently to start out, for instance, and then you have to go climb up onto the silver in top 30% as you may enter to go for having a halfway point, and then top 10% to be on the goal. That brings out to have all kinds of high valuable earnings on GT credits during the part of the season before finishing up as we're about to go enter for today's racetrack will be at Autodromo de Interlagos for the Group 3 category. Now for the event schedule that will brings out to have some bad news. It was a bug glitch the whole time that almost affected me due to my reputation by having some interruption from round 6 at Watkins Glen Long Course for the first part of the Group 3 category on week number 4. Dated on June 28, 2023 from last Wednesday. Bummer. I just felt ashamed of myself that I just about to be ready to go and join in session in the lobby thanks to the lobby glitch that just also thanks to the lobby glitch. Let me try this again, folks. Just get my rehearsal to be act up and shape up. Okay. Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Today is July 1st for the final round in the 2023 series. GTWS Manufacturers Cup has arrived on Gran Turismo 7. It's been so long since we've been participating from round 1 from June 6 as we're about to go enter for only 4 weeks in the Manufacturers Cup season, and here we are right now. The final race will be at Autodromo de Interlagos. Hang on one second, folks. Just going to keep a good lookout to have one rehearsal act to be on the set. Just give me a moment. Hang on, folks. Yeah. Over an hour. Sorry about that, folks. I just had some trouble with someone else just giving me a favor. Well, let me try this again. Alright. Let's try this again and go with my rehearsal act. Just give me a moment, folks. I just really might need to get my act together because it's all I need to have one important thing before the final race will be going prepared. There's no need to have interruption because I just really want to do my part. Okay? Alright. Hello everyone, and what is going on? Sorry about that, folks. I just got too much distraction. I just need to be focused. Alright? Just give me a promise and I'll have to be here to be ready to go for phase 2. Now let's try this again, and I'll have to do it perfectly by the best. Hello everyone, and what is going... Sorry about that, I just got something else in my tongue. Just let me try this again, and I'll have to keep this recording in session. Okay. Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Today is July 1st, 2023 for the final round in the 2023 series. Just give me take 4 and let me try this again. Alright, let's try this again. Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Today is July 1st for the final round in the 2023 series GTWS Manufacturers Cup on Gran Turismo 7 before at the end of the series. Today, we're going in to take on an Autodromo de Interlagos for the Group 3 category, as we're about to go down to have a new update is now being arrival as the start of the preparation to be on the main part of the video. So here is a professional reward is now being introduced to the update. Let's have a good look and explain the details about the points ranking reward is now being introduced. Here we have 4th row of the selection is now being exampled to be on the local rankings onto the secondary and main area, along with the manufacturer ranking, and even of course regional rankings is now being shown onto the bronze is now going exactly example by top 80%, silver in 30%, and gold for 10%. So I'm at currently to have the manufacturer ranking and regional rankings to be on a silver level by exactly to be around in 900,000 GT credits and 1.5 million credits. Along with the local rankings is now currently to be on the top 10 position is now going up in the gold level by exactly around in 2 columns by having 600,000 GT credits. Total professional reward is now currently to be stopped at 3.6 million credits before at the end of the series. Sounds pretty awesome, and this is going to be a very good best high valuable earning since we've been participating from round 1 on June 6th ever since we have come here. On the event schedule that brings out for having a terrible bad news about round 6 at Watkins Glen Long Course for the first part of the Group 3 category. So it turns out it was a bug glitch that really affected me because I was about to be ready to go and join in session in the lobby ever since I just got here, so I have no choice but to cancel the live stream video session as I'm about to go down and do a custom race by having my Total Drama OCs will have to help me out and go for having a substitute by having a backup plan. Thanks a lot, bug glitch. You just really ruining my live stream preparation and go on a set. Well, it is, because all the other Gran Turismo players have seen the affected problem because of the lobby glitch that just really put me into this for having a long being impatient. Well, I can't say because I just felt frustrated and upset about this situation that will be bring out to have this ridiculous incident. I should rather have 2 minutes because of my interruption as I'm about to go for having a preparation to get much more practice before the final race will be set and get to go for having a good time to be earlier on July 1st. So I had to give it all I got. All I have to do is gonna have to keep focusing and get down to be on the enter participation by today and tonight. Here is the number of laps for the GT3 and GT2 leagues. We have to go for 20 laps, while the GT1 league will have to go endurance by having 30 laps for the number of players up to 16. Rolling start is about to be prepared to good to go. Tire wear is now going 4 times, and fuel consumption for only 1 time, and this time required tire change will have to go hard racing compound tires only, just like racing in Spa-Francorchamps on the 24-hour layout for the Group 4 category. Group 3 cars will have to be prepared and get much more preparation before we're about to go entered onto the next race entry before tonight's competition. With all kinds of different icons are now being brand new to the update. The track limit is now being changed as well, set to be on normal, shortcut penalty is now set to be on light. Wall collision is now meant to be turned off at the moment. One last final race, brake balance, and mid-speed onto the BOP/tuning prohibited for every manufacturer car brands in the Group 3 class. So I had to be ready to go, practice well, and join in session in the lobby to see how it turns out in much more secure environment for myself if I really might need to take a second chance and go all the way after finishing from round 7 as I'm about to go down to do some substitute preparation to go live stream. One more race to go, and this is it. The end of the 2023 GTWS Manufacturers Cup is here. Let's give it all we got, folks. We're about to be set and good to go. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. Now it is time to get ready to go and start the final race of the GTWS season. Here we go, let's begin. Alright folks, time for having a short time of interview for myself and having a special guest appearance that you guys have ever played from the PC game called Half-Life. Maybe this will have to take a good introduction, a warm welcome to Box, you know, the Black Mesa announcement system. So I'll have to type it in and he'll have to be here because the speaker is on, microphone is now being set. Just gonna go down in about 6 minutes as the matchmaking will start. Gonna have to make sure to have the Stop Racing compound tires. We'll have to go check in and he'll be here right about now. So there he is. Thank you, Box. Good to have you on board. Well, I know the audience viewers really want to let you know because you're really good to be as an announcer ever since to be as a famous icon from Half-Life. But especially, your voice is definitely heard from Counter-Strike 1.5. Well, I know this is going to be quite giving a good accepted as a special guest appearance. Well, have you ever think about round 7 of the GTWS Manufacturers Cup at Interlagos for the Group 3 category? So what else do you think about the condition system is now being accepted and being approved?
Accepted, access, acknowledged, to enter round 7, entry for acknowledged condition system report.
Well, yeah, I just want to make sure to see how everything is doing well. But in the meantime, in about 5 minutes before the race will begin, because I'm just gonna have to try to do my best, practice well, and get shape up to do everything I can to be as a proud Gran Turismo competitor. Well, maybe I'll have to give the United Defensive Reformation Service to be putting up as a computer adjutant advisor. Well, I mean, of course it is. I'll have to let myself and my Total Drama OCs will have to take a good short time for having an interview. Well, I'll have to give it a yes, and I'll have to see how it turns out to find out to see. This will have to take a good, perfect proposition. But it is a great pleasure to have this short interview talk out there, Box. Well, I hope this is going to be quite giving a good, complicated guess to see how the audience viewers and Gran Turismo players that you might ever going to hear your voice. Well, you see that, folks? I just also used the Half-Life text-to-speech. That's how I'm just trying to go and putting up with some live stream for having a special guest appearance. Well, anyway, time to go down and start practicing to get down to do some track courses to explain the details. As you already may ever know about Interlagos from the Nations Cup for the Group 1 category, only for Group 3 cars, just to go plan and do all the way to have the best racing skills to go all-out competition to see how the GT3 and GT2 leagues will be set and raring to go. But I know I just still feel upset and frustrated about the incident from round 6. It damaged my body language, my speech, and causes myself to have a poor judgment. That's how it happens because I'm the only disability to be participate in Gran Turismo 7, so I had to make sure and give it all I got to have the best support to be represented with Team Chevrolet during the Manufacturers Cup season. So on to turn 1 and 2 as you may enter to go down into the Senate S before proceed onto turn 3 at the Cuba do Sol. Once you're all cleared to be at Rito Oposa at the straightaway, before coming up onto turn 4 and 5 is the Serra do Lago. He's now doing the best serve on the blind corner. Here comes turn 6 and 7, just gonna keep going and step it up onto the first part of the hairpin to be at turn number 8. Okay, that's 1 minute, 30 seconds left until the matchmaking for the final race will start. Clear on turn number 9 onto the second hairpin, and then hairpin 3 in turn 10 in Bico di Pato. Okay, here comes the final sector. Once you clear turn 11, turn left and go cleared onto turn 12 and step forward onto turn 13. Only 1 minute left. Just gonna go straight forward and try to make your best line to go entered onto turn 14 and 15 at the final corner. So be very careful because the penalty is now being included by ignoring the track limit is now set to be on normal. Just going to keep a good reminder notice, don't make many mistakes. All you have to do is gonna to keep your best and go all the way to have your best ever out there for the final race. So take 1 is now going currently in progress before June 2023 update will be coming up soon after the live stream video. So you know what folks? After I've just been thinking about from the GTWS Manufacturers Cup, maybe I should go down and do a custom race event to have all of my Total Drama liveries to be set and scheduled to be on November. But still in progress to be on the beta session for myself that you guys really want to see my Total Drama fan art liveries. So time's up, looks like, let's find out, and join in session in the lobby. We'll have to take a good patient time in about 2 minutes. Okay, well, what a sight of relief. I cannot believe it worked. Take that, bug glitch. There's no need to get me onto my curse for now. That's what you get for having round 6 at Watkins Glen International for giving me a bad karma. That's how every Gran Turismo players don't want this to have a bad karma, is very much more giving a hard time curse. But maybe I might have to get a good deep cleaning on my PS4 Pro just to get rid of all the dusts and have that loud fan noises to be getting too loud. Alright, let's find out and go preparation to see how several Gran Turismo players will be joining session in the lobby. I'm sure of it. I just felt ashamed, upset, and damaging my self-esteem with my body language. Only 15 players were to be set and good to go. It just gives me a bit of terrible time for having this part of the trauma. That bug glitch just literally gave me a trauma problem that almost loses my body language. That's how what happens for every Gran Turismo players that needs to be very careful. Try not to make any insult at anyone who has a disability. That would be a very bad idea because that could be quite having some severe problems. So now, let's start out and take on 3-lap qualifier session as we're about to go commence in 5 minutes. time to kick it up and go for the high gear. This is where the best racing times will have to come to an end, and I'll have to be much more precisely to be avenged from my last round's event from Wednesday. But I know it is, because it's all about going harder and step up to do this main part of the endurance to stay in the hard racing compound tires after the qualifying session. Okay, looks like this is gonna get tricky out there. Almost forgot one other thing. Brake balance set to be on -5. Hang on, just gonna go change of plans, and I just really might need to start over. I just really need to get my act together. Only one race is a very tough risk, so I had to be preferred to go for 2 laps. I just had a lot of trouble out there about what happened when I took part in the final race entry. But I really do blame the lobby glitch for doing this on purpose. But I'm still mad, upset, and frustrated. Maybe after the GTWS Manufacturers Cup, all I have to do is, all I really want is gonna have to be focusing what my Total Drama fan art is now currently to be in progress for the roadmap to GT7 for my Vision Total Drama fan art project. Once it's all finished and completed, all I have to do is gonna to keep a good main track progress to have more cars from the Legend Car dealership will be doing the best time to go returning. So after that, TDAS will have to be coming up on the schedule in August 2023. We'll have to be focusing on heroic hamsters, villainous vultures, and more Total Drama characters to be related to have team variations is now specifically to be on the road car or racing car category on every 2 team types. So here it comes. Lap number 2 entered. Time to go, lap time challenge to do all the way. I know this is gonna have to take a far behind position. This is all about the final race and give it all I got to take that risk. Going cleared on turn 3. Here comes turn 4. Cleared from sector 1. Hard left and steady closer to be in the blind corner on turn 4 and 5. Come on, just gonna have to take 3 hairpins all at once. Three laps is all I need. Chibati is now in the first position. Okay, Red Ship is now in the lead. 10th place. Just one more lap to go, and this is it. I know this new update brings out to have some professional earnings after finishing from round 7. This is where UDRS and Sportec is now going prepared to have a high stakes to go well advanced for round 6. Okay, time's up. This is it. Third lap is all I need before finishing to get closer at the end. Coming up ahead on 12th place, that's just being updated. Just gonna have to go all in, fast out, and step up onto the brake balance. Is now currently to be on the main check mark. Alright, made it on time and go for third place. Just the perfect position I need to go all out endurance by having a hard racing compound tires. So I had to be sure and go for phase 2 in about 40 seconds until we're about to go racing. So don't go away, viewers. We're about to be set and go heading up to have the best time and go for the final round at the end of the GTWS season. So stick around, I'll be right back. Alright, we're back and we're ready to go. This will be the best of the best for having a final round at Interlagos for the Group 3 category. As for today's temperature is 84.2 degrees Fahrenheit and one required tire change to go all out to be on the racing hard compound tires. Just to have one last final preparation before we're about to be set and good to go before taking on in 20 laps for the final round at the end of the GTWS series. So, I guess this is going to get much more best times and bad times for all of us as Gran Turismo players will be joined in session to be having a best support to choose any kinds of one best manufacturer car brand to go with. But in about 10 seconds, let's give it all we got, and we're about to go rev it up to the limit and take on in Interlagos for having one best clean race. Let's get it on, and here we go. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the final race at Interlagos for the 2023 GTWS Manufacturers Cup is about to get ready to start the party. Here we have the players and Group 3 cars. First up, Red Ship in the Mercedes-AMG GT3 2020, Shirati in second place in the Nissan GTR, third place is myself in the UDRS Sportec, Meter McBeater in fourth place in the BMW M6, Yantis TSIF in 5th place. Here we have Richie Ariel in 6th place. Renault 787B goes for the Ferrari 458 Italia. 8th place is Mika, is now ready to join in. Lily has arrived in 9th place. Next up is Situ Karako, is now ready to go. Ricky_GT has arrived in 11th place. 12th place we have McGreasy, is now ready to join in. Jay Falls has arrived in 13th place in the Honda NSX. DNF on 14th place in the Jaguar F-Type. Last place we have Marai Redgrave is about to be set and go all the time. Frustration times for Team Insportec after the incident from round 6 at Watkins Glen International Long Course takes a bit of difficult progress due to the technical difficulties. So now it takes a best time and go entered onto the third position. We'll be doing a perfect start and go all the time after finishing in 5 minutes of qualifying. So after all, This will have to take the last race for the GTWS season for the Manufacturers Cup, as the countdown will go commence in about 3 seconds. Let's go green, 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 and we're about to head up, and let's see how the top 3 drivers will be set and go all the time and reach the best downhill to be around onto the center S in turn number 1 and 2. Red Ship is now go for the head start. Looks like Team Insportec has to keep a good slight defense to keep a good grip, and there goes Yannis. TSIF is now go overtake on BMW M6 GT3 Endurance model. 4th place for Team Insportec, but here comes turn number 4 to be approaching in the blind corner. Very good call, and stay on the main grip of the balance before Team UDRS Insportec in the Chevy Corvette C7 Group 3 comes back in the 3rd position to catch up on to Mercedes AMG and Nissan from position 1 and 2. Look at Team Insportec go, you guys. He is on a roll and go for having a perfect comeback theory due to the difficulty absence from round 6. We'll have to take the placement to go for the final round, and this is where the best part. We'll have to go all out and race everything I got. So heads up, looks like Nissan is forcing a contact at Mercedes by preventing a spun out, and there it goes. Looks like Red Ship is now dropped down to be on the below position, and Nissan is now going reckless on to 1st place in the lead. Better call out the penalty. This will have to take a good look out to be under investigation in progress. 2nd place for Team Insportec, and still in one piece, and catches up on to Shirati in the Nissan GTR Nismo GT3 in about 2.3 seconds by entered in lap number 2 after finishing in the 1st lap. It's all about the thrill of the racing endurance, and this is where the best run ever yet to be coming in and go for the racing spotlight. As other viewers who have been ever to come here to be participate during the live stream video in progress, and even of course to have an encore presentation pick for myself. So it'll have to be stay on strong, keep a good progress, and always to keep on racing, stay clean, and go for the focusing objective onto the top 3 positions. Looks like Yannis TSIF is now go for having an offense in about 0.8 seconds as Team Insportec proceed and go entered on turn 6 and 7 before coming back onto the 1st hairpin on turn number 8. Slow and steady as it goes, and keep a good racing component to go all out in motion. That's the ticket. Stay on defense, and hard racing compound tires will have to go longer endurance to stay on the grip. I can't say this because Canada Day has already arrived, and currently to see how one Canadian racer to be on the 2nd part as a runner-on to be in 3rd place. But after all, Team UDRS Insportec has been looking for other Gran Turismo players to have a good honorary race to see how it turns out between every specific kind of the manufacturer car brands during the end of the 2023 GTWS season. Here we have Shirati's lap time in about a minute 33.808 seconds is now cleared for the fastest lap time to go label. Here comes the 1st turn, down the hill on the center S for Team UDRS on 2nd place. BMW is now getting closer on the offense. Try not to shake it off, don't get distracted, and keep a good defense to keep blocking down and hold down the fort. Absolutely indeed. Approaching on turn 4, coming in, and looks like BMW is about to be sneak in and go for the slipstream approach to get side by side to be blocking in onto the one part of the lane, going formation, and get contested out there to see how the struggle will be made to do it, because it's there goes the contact. Looks like it's Nissan is now sneaks in. It's Situ Karako is now coming in onto 2nd place after BMW is now being dropped down by the update in 4th place. How surprising and very clever to see how Situ Karako is now currently to be using for the 2018 model is now going for having a best runner on in 2nd place. Sounds like a plan, and Team Insportec on the Chevy Corvette C7 Group 3 will have to step it up and go harder onto the final sector to be proceed into the left corner on turn number 12. John Cow is now going cleared, and stay focusing for Team Insportec in about 1.3 seconds for only one Brazilian racer is currently to be on the 2nd position at the number 2 spot. It was a lot of good, excellent throw out there to see how one Brazilian racer takes the runner on in second. But it's not over yet. Team Insportec still got a lot of good paces left to go and go down to be mastered onto the center S before coming back to proceed in turn 3 in Cuba do Sol. Coming around at the straightaway on Rita Oposa before approaching on turn 4. Brake zone position is currently to be double checked, and oh, there goes the contact. Looks like Red Ship in the Mercedes-AMG GT3 in the 2020 model is now going offense and catches up onto Nissan in second place by proceed into third position. And hold on, looks like it's McLaren and Porsche is now coming in on the scene along with BMW. And no wait, there's another Porsche. Looks like two Porsches is now currently to be forcing drop down at Team Insportec and keep going exactly on the main position in the middle grid session before drop down to be stopped at number 7. McGreasy, Lilly, and Yanis TSIF is now go for the offense and defense between two Porsches. A McLaren and Chevy Corvette is now going at it for having a thrill of the battle showdown in the battle of 4th place. Sounds like having a 4-car battle between two Porsches. One McLaren and Chevy is going to be having a tight difficulty battle out there to see who will be proven to be contested. And there it goes. Make that good overtake for Team UDRS. Catches up onto McLaren and one Porsche in position number 4 to be entered in the 5th lap. Only 15 to go remaining. Oh, there goes a contact in the center S, and there goes another one for Team Insportec is now going slow down and caused by McGreasy. Good call for Team Insportec, and there is also to have a fastest lap time is now updated by Red Ship in 1 minute 32.994 seconds is now currently by the update to beat Shirati's lap time. After finishing onto the first sector and proceed on over to be in sector 2. Luckily for Team UDRS Insportec in the Chevy Corvette C7 Group 3 continues and catches up onto Porsche along with McLaren is now being well placed on the 4th position. So coming back onto the first hairpin on turn 8, going down and stop around in turn number 9 in the second hairpin before the third hairpin will be stopped in hairpin number 3. Go for the defense and go hard for the offense. Other racers is now currently will have a chance and stay on the main edge of the rope as the brake balance is now currently to stay on the negative front. And hold on, looks like this is definitely might be having a poor judgment out there for Team UDRS. That is terribly outrageous to see this. 12th place is now losing control of the grip, is now going down onto the 13th position. This is going to be having a UDRS demise out there for the final racer, guys. This is terribly outrageous to see how Insportec just barely lose control of the grip. So come on, 13th place is not my best type out there because all I need to do is gonna have to keep going, proceed to be step it up and go harder to be all in and all out to be applied to be on the main overtake for this part of the racing competition. I know this competition is all about having a best luck of fortune and still yet to be currently to have one other thing to avoid any consequences for Team Insportec after the incident from round 6. So gonna have to go proceed and head back on sector 2. Jay Falls in the Honda NSX Group 3 is now currently to be on the main update in about a few more seconds ago after Team Insportec lose the grip on turn 12 by the incident. Along with Porsche, looks like Yantis TSIF is now going down at position 11 to be stopped at and catches up along with the other racers after clear from the third hairpin on turn number 10. So he'll have to catch up, go quickly, and stay stable to be on the main all-in focus. Trying to get to over rev, and yellow flag signal is now being called out. And there goes Toyota is Ricky_GT. Looks like Shirati is now being pronounced as the fanboy of its own reckless actions. Well, depends on it, due to its actions by damaging Redship's reputation during the first lap at Interlagos, as you may ever seen onto the Bear Witness. After, Mercedes-AMG just took a lost grip to be going down to be in the main position onto the middle section of the grid, and then he's coming back onto the top 3 position to have a perfect time to go for the rematch. Looks like Shirati versus Redship to go all-out heated battle to see how Nissan and Mercedes-Benz will have to take that best thrill of the battle opportunity to see how it turns out and proven to become as a racing opponent adversary. So on to the last minute, Team UDRS in Sportec and the Chevy Corvette C7 Group 3 catches up and go for the hard length of the roads to be around on turn 6 and 7 before coming back at turn number 8 in the first hairpin. Steady line and go proven tactics to see how the inside apex will do all the work and the balance will have to stay on the main purpose to go respond. So here it comes. Just going to keep it good steady. Now's the time, and keep going all the way. Safety clear on turn 12 before the final sector will be kicking in, and keep a good lookout on other racers, depends on different tire compound to be suitable onto the first leg. Here comes the 8th lap. Let's proceed, continue, and go down at the center S in turn number 1 and 2. Just like having a good brake balance on the front, like having an FF layout to be on an FR drivetrain. It's about to get closer for increase of good defense for Yanda's TSIF and the Porsche 911 RSR in 10th place. Proceed to go back onto Sector 2. Team Insportec is still going kick it up into the high gear to go for having a mid-speed slipstream to go action. Alright, very good proper communication. Stay on track. Go enter to have the turn 1 and 2 hairpin by around in number 8 and 9. Yannis TSIF is still pushes up and keep going faster as Meter McBeater in the BMW M6 GT3 Endurance model as currently to stay on the main purpose of the grip during the Manufacturers' Cup in the final race. As the Sector 2 clear, here we have Redship is now being shown onto the Saab Racing compound tires to be at the pits. Just in time, and 2 Brazilian racers is now being entered onto the 2nd and 3rd position at the top 3. As possible for Team Insportec is doing a hard practice effort out there since the qualifying session is now being well placed up to begin with. Just to have behind the scene and go live streaming during the part of the final race at Interlagos for the Group 3 class in the second part. The conclusion is still yet to be well prepared and stay focusing to face many tougher opponents during each kinds of manufacturer car brands on different track. So here it comes. As Sector 2 enters, Yanda's TSIF and the Porsche 911 RSR is slowing down, and that makes Team Insportec has the opportunity to get closer onto turn 6 through 7. So keep it up and stay on track. Slow down comes in for having a best progress and just gonna have to keep a good position to be on turn number 8 and 9 at hairpin 1 and 2. That's the ticket, and stay on the main edge out there, and looks like turn 10 is now going hard right to be on the main get-go. But hang on, looks like Nissan has entered the pit by having a Saab Racing compound tires to do the first leg, and there's some tires screeching in on BMW before entrance on Sector 2. But coming in onto Sector 3, looks like this is going to have to get closer to see how Brazilian Racer is going to have to be pushed in and pushed out. Looks like Cito Caraco is now currently on to the first position in the lead. Hang on, folks. Looks like I got someone else just yet to be disturbing. Alright, there you go. 7th place for Team Insportec by enter in the halfway mark on lap number 10. Red ship is still yet to be currently, however, looks like Renault 787B is now at 2nd position, just to keep a good exact lookout on Ferrari, and then Nissan is now staying well defended to be on the 3rd position. Alright, looks like 7th place for Team UDRS, back on track, and go enter to be head back on sector 2. 4th gear to be amp up. The tire pressure is going to have to keep a good low down position on the grip, as Girardi in the Nissan GTR Nismo GT3 is now currently to be placed in 5th place. Yandis YTSI Ebb in the Porsche is now going in to take the offense. Let's keep a good lookout and see how Porsche can actually gonna step up and go push through on Nissan to get closer by around in turn 10 on hairpin 3. Stay on track and keep going all the way. Looks like Team Insportec has 4 cars in sight before entrance on sector 3 in turn 12 to go proceed onto the left corner. Slightly move difficulty and go all out to be on the main progress, as other racers including Team Insportec will have to make a good call-in standby, and there goes Porsche is now doing a misdirection onto the pit lane entry on the hard compound racing tires. 9 more laps to go. We're almost there, folks. Just gonna have to keep a good lookout for Team UDRS is now going up on position 6 on the grid standings by the last update. This is going to be a crazy race out there for having one part of the endurance to go all out, and perfect mandatory requirement to see how one Corvette can step it up and give it everything all I got. But there goes Girardi moving up onto 4th place after Mika/Liaz is now on to 5th place. So here comes turn number 6 and 7. One racer is about to get closer onto Team Insportec in 6th place, stopping around and head back onto hairpin 1 and 2. Very neat, very tough effort, and keep guarding the defense, as one UDRS will have to make one stand and go around in hairpin 3. Alright, there we go. Just going to keep a good main track in progress. Looks like one Brazilian racer is now at the pits. Called in by the signal to have 4 racers, including Renault 787B on 2nd place, will go update to have a perfect opportunity to go for the 1st position in the lead. And there it goes. Ferrari takes the lead and going successful dominance to be at Interlagos. Next up, on to lap number 12. 8 more laps to go remaining during the Manufacturers Cup final race season. Alright, that's a very good smooth sailing to be update on the grid standings for Team UDRS on the number 5. Just in time, and go top 5 standings is now going all out and struggle to be on the main purpose between onto the defense and offense. Still not yet to be at least, just to have one part of the racing requirement to go, but a mandatory to be stable and stay on track to go harder to be on the main objective, to be on the main part of the endurance. Okay, there we go. Heading back on turn number 8 in hairpin 1, along with turn 9 in hairpin 2. Looks like 2 Nissans are about to be working together to have some slipstream separation to keep away from Team Insportec, as Jay falls in the Honda NSX Group 3 in about 0.7 seconds as Team Insportec go down and head back onto the 3rd sector in lap number 12. After having a losing amount of grip due to the incident, is now being checked in and called out for having a yellow flag signal due to Insportec's racing current distractions. But it'll have to be on the main purpose to be on the main lookout, and there goes Meter McBeater is now entered to be at the pits. Just 13 laps to be entered and moving on forward. the hard pressure is going to have to be on the main hard time effort to see how Team Insportec. Oh boy, there goes a contact. There goes a contact for Team Insportec. It looks like Honda is now having a slamful hit by Ricky GT in the Toyota GR Supra Racing Concept, with a penalty of 2 seconds has now been added. Ouch, that is so painful to see how Toyota accidentally slams Chevy, and Honda is now coming entrance by around in turn 1 and 2 at the center S. This is completely crazy. Literally and completely crazy indeed. Looks like Ricky GT deserved to take the blame, and that makes Team Insportec and Honda will be going much more blame will needed to be going added onto Toyota. So it's about to go harder and much more thrill contested. Looks like Red Ship in the Mercedes AMG GT3 in the 2020 model is now going precisely on the overtake and proceed to head back onto 5th place. As Ricky GT in the Toyota GR Supra Racing Concept 2018 due to the accident on earlier lap 13. So here comes Cito Caraco is now entered to be in the main scene, just to have a quick recovery for Toyota, as GR Supra is about to take the pit stop entrance to be on the left side and go all the way by around in lap number 14 to stay on track. But heads up, looks like Team Insportec might need to keep a good extra careful, try not to make 2 cars to be coming around. There goes Ricky GT is now doing the right thing, just to keep a good exact monitor lookout to have Team Insportec to be on the main quick lookout to be on surveillance. Drop down right back on to 7th place. Jay Falls is now at position 9 as Sector 1 go currently to be cleared and head back by around in Sector 2. So looks like this race is going to get a pretty much more beat up situation out there for round 7, you guys. Other manufacturer car brands, including Team UDRS Insportec, is still coming around and keep up with the main pressure onto the racing ejected. So here comes the next part, and go all-out battle onto the main struggle between the defense and offense. Here comes Lily in the McLaren 650S GT3 is in the scene, along with Jay Falls in the Honda NSX Group 3. Just to have Honda, Chevy, and McLaren are about to go after Toyota on 6th place is now entrance to be at Sector 3 again by around in turn 12 to be earlier by the prior ejected. So it looks like the hard racing compound tires is going to get much more pretty worn out and going beat out to see how Team Insportec might need to stay on the picture and currently to be on track. But it's almost there. 5 more laps to go remaining, and keep a good exact main grudge for Team UDRS Insportec to be mastered and dominance on Interlagos during the final round in the GTWS season in the Manufacturers Cup. So let's have a good check and see how Renault 787B in first place in the Ferrari 458 Italia GT3. He still got it. Looks like he still got a much more best opportunity to stay in the first hairpin and coming around onto hairpin 2 in turn number 9. But looks like Nissan in second place is now going at it to be in the main scene, just to make sure to see how Ferrari will have to step it up and go quick hard defense to be added up and go all in. Once Ferrari is clear from Sector 2, already entered on Sector 3. Now let's have a good check to see how Jay Falls and myself is now doing progressively to be staying in progress during the hard tire compound grip. Still plenty of much more time, and oh, there goes Honda losing a grip and going off the track and stop the recovery on turn 12. Still in one piece, and good call to see how Honda is now stays on track and stays in one piece. Good job for Jay Falls, you guys. Way to keep up and survive one possibility to stay in the main purpose to avoid any spin out. 4 more laps to go. We're almost there, folks. Just gonna have to keep a good lookout for every minute and around in 35 seconds. This premier competition is going to have to be stay on track and go all the way to see how Team GTWS and Sportec, along with the other racers, as you may ever see these kinds of progressive and racing perspective to see how it turns out to go all in matters. So on to the 16th lap. Just going to keep going and keep a good main track, and the hard racing compound tires on the right side of the car is now going more depleted. Just keep it steady. Looks like McLaren and Toyota is now going all out to stay in the main grudge position to be struggle in and go steeper on the offense after clear from hairpin 3 on turn 10. And there we go. McLaren overtakes Toyota and stay on track to be well proceed on 6th place and 7th place for Toyota. But however, BMW catches in and go overtake at Team Chevy is now going down for 9th place on Team Inspirtec as BMW catches up and go all the way for proceed into the final corners in about the end of the 16th lap. There goes Toyota just to have the medium compound tires to be labeled in check. 3 more laps to go. Just going to have to keep hold down the line and stay on the main grip. Well, accidental is very much more precisely to have a 1 respond in the chat history during the competition. Looks like Richie Aerial is now currently to be exactly in the last or exactly to go for the middle section of the grid. Gonna have to keep it up and keep a good hold down the line. Looks like McGreasy has left the lobby just to keep a good exact reminder notice for the next time race. After having long, grueling struggle for Team GTWS and Sportec on the Chevy Corvette C7 Group 3 comes in a long way by starting out in 3rd place and ends up in the middle section of the grid on number 8. But still takes a lot of time and progression ever since to be participate on the same track and Group 1 category from the Nations Cup to the same 2023 GTWS season. But this race battle is not over yet. Team Inspirtec will have to keep it up and keep going all in and all out to do a hard racing effort to go for having some skill of racing tactics. Just to make sure to have one last other thing before take 2 or take 1 is going to have to keep a good exact preparational to be on shape motion as the encore content video is now being available after finishing on one part of the live stream segment. 2 more laps to go as the hard compound racing tires is about to get worn out soon. Team Inspirtec is about to be running out of steam soon. In about 2 more laps to go, we'll have to keep a good slight defense and hold down the fortress. So let's hurry up. Looks like Renault 787B is now currently to stay in the first position as Nissan on position 2 driven by Shibati is now going forward and stay on track to catch up onto Ferrari in about a few more seconds to go by around in 4.5. And there goes Mika Las Lias is now actually to be stay on the arrival on 3rd place. Alright, looks like you're about to stay on track and keep a good main purpose out there for every manufacturer car brands for only 14 players to be in the lobby. And here we have Meter McBeater for having a fastest lap time by a minute 31.863 seconds is now being shown to be on the fastest lap update. Hold on folks, looks like something else might be going a bit of disturbing, so I'll have to keep the commentating to be on the main shape up notice, but well, I know this is going to be quite having some unexpected interruption, and that unexpected interruption, and that means my nephew is here. I know this is a pretty complicated guess because someone else just peeping Tom on my scene during my live stream studio. But please, not a word. Here comes the 19th lap, and there goes Team Inspirtec. Oh, so very close. Looks like Yanis TSIF and the Porsche 911 RSR is now accidentally for having a tap contact at Team Insportec at the center edge in turn 1 and 2. So very close and almost had it. Bummer. I cannot believe it. This is going to get much more thrill of perfection after all that hard work comes in for nothing. And there it goes. Shirati has now going back in first place in the lead. So far so close for Ferrari is now being dropped down onto second place as Red Ship in the Mercedes-AMG GT3 2020 is now going at it to be on the third position to have another rematch against Shirati due to the accident on the first lap after the first start of the Manufacturers Cup final race. There's always a lot of drama going on out there at Interlagos for the Group 3 category, folks. It takes hard work, sweat, difficult, and going all out intense to stay in an ever long lasting endurance to go all out grudges. Folks, looks like Red Ship has to do it. He has to do it because third place is going much more pushing up and stay on the main ropes along with Renault 787B on second place and the Ferrari 458 Italia GT3. Here comes the final lap, you guys. Shirati is now coming a long way since the first lap began. He is going to win this time, folks. Red Ship might need to catch it up because all he have to do is going to keep a good purpose to believe in himself and his Mercedes-AMG in the 2020 GT3 class. This is going to be so very much more impressive to see how Renault 787B barely tried to catch us up and go all in between Nissan, Ferrari, and Mercedes-AMG for having a top 3 position to go for the perfect check on the finish line. And here it comes, guys. Looks like the final sector is about to get closer after finishing on sector 2. Shirati and the Nissan GTR Nismo GT3 has now come in a long way to be proceed on to turn 11, and here it goes. The final sector in the Manufacturers Cup on round 7 is about to come to an end. This is going to be so very amazing to see how Shirati takes the win and take home the podium to have the final turn to go for the final stretch. And here it is, guys. Looks like Nissan takes the win in round 7 at the end of the series for the 2023 GTWS Manufacturers Cup. What a most excited thrill of the impressive race of all time. Shirati takes the win in first place. I cannot believe it. This is going to be so very intense to see how Nissan takes home the finish line in first place. And there's Ferrari finished in second place along with Red Ship in third place. Good job for the top 3 racers, and especially for the 4th, 5th drivers is now coming in to be on the main arrival. So let's have a good check, and looks like Lily just barely took a 1-minute penalty in the McLaren 650S GT3 before Team Insportec is now moving up onto 8th place by default. What a tough race, guys. What a very difficult tough race in round 7 at Interlagos in Brazil. What a most excellent, exciting moment out there for the GTWS Manufacturers Cup at the end of the season in July 1st after having 6 rounds from June. But I bet this is going to have to take a good, much more perfect thrill of excitement, you guys. But this one, and perfectly for Team Insportec, just did a hard-going difficulty to go veteran. 8th place, just to go middle section of the grid before coming up and have a rematch to be on a different part of perspective. So there you go. 4-star roulette ticket is complete, and that's game, you guys. Shirati takes the win and have the best road to have a 2013 Nissan GTR Nismo GT3 is now bring home the podium. Good job for Nissan to see how he can do it and bring home the finish line to have a gold standard to have a best opportunity. Along for Ferrari 458 Italia GT3 driven by Renault 787B and Red Ship in the Mercedes-AMG GT3 2020. So I had to go out there and congratulations to Shirati to take home the podium. Especially for the top 3 drivers, and that is so very much more F1 material indeed. So much so good, and best thrill of possibility after finishing from round 7 in the Manufacturers Cup. Best replay, tough times and struggle to go all-out endurance in the hard racing compound tires will be doing excellent to be part in today's racing highlights of the day. Now that's an incredible competition, and this is how the best time, and even for myself, we're having a short time to go for the comeback. After all, the final race and go again for having a second chance for other racers who have to be on the lookout in case of unexpected surveillance to see how it turns out for having one part of the lobby environment who had to turn out safer or turns out to be impatient to go for the complicated guess. Shirati takes the win, and he did a good, best, excellent racing material to go for having an F1 racing moment. Well folks, looks like take one is now being finished at the end of the live stream video, but I'll have to make sure if I have to go back and go for take two to have a best time moment or determine to see how it turns out to have a second chance for myself. But 8th place for Team Insportec, but still to come because it'll have to go continue on in take two of the next live stream video. So keep an eye out on Vision Total Drama on Total Drama Revenge of the Island Team liveries with Toxic Rats and Mutant Maggots, along with the TDROTI characters who comes in to have some team variation, just to make sure to have one behind the scene to go for another part of the live stream video. Thank you for enjoying watching the video on Gran Turismo 7. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Don't forget to check it out on any social media platforms like DeviantArt, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, and more to see for my own image artwork like UDRS liveries, Vision Total Drama fan art, Ricard liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be see you guys next time and continue on in take two of the live stream video for the final round in the 2023 series GTWS Manufacturers Cup on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. We'll have to find out soon enough until the session will be presumed to have a better peaceful environment. Keep on racing, stay clean.